Are you ready to see what's jumping with Ajani? Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, and by now, you know what time it is. It's time for the Ajani, the Unjohnny. Forget it. It's Boxo, and we're gonna Unjohnny him. So we're gonna unbox Johnny. We're gonna see what's in here. Forget it, guys. I've been doing this all day. The heat's killing me. I've been doing this for hours. Do you understand? It's not like I just stand here and just reach over and grab one of these boxes, set it down, and film the next intro. This takes a lot of time. Go watch the box thing getting open. Oh God, who knows how I'm gonna mispronounce the next one.
All right, well, it's time to crack into the third deck, the Ajani deck. Let's see what's going on. We'll see what's in here, and then we'll see what's in the booster pack. Oh, just going to obliterate the box. I know there's some people who are like, I collect the boxes. Why would you do that? Well, I don't collect them. That's why I would do that. Okay, so let's pop out the Ajani here. Oh, look, this one came out super easy. You're much nicer than Tezzeret. All right, so we got some nice light reflecting off here. 2 white, 3 colorless, 5 loyalty, +2 ability. You gain 1 life for each creature you control. -3 creatures you control get +2/+2 to end a turn. And -9 put X +1/+1 counters on target creature where X is your life total. Overall, I don't know. I feel unexcited about this card. I think part of the problem is the skies and everything. The way this artwork looks, he looks kind of like aggressive to me with this gigantic weapon, double-bladed kind of axe crazy deal he's got going on. But it's like Ajani, Wise Counselor. This doesn't look like Wise Counseling. It looks like it's time to fight. So it feels like a disconnect between the name and the artwork. But otherwise, not too shabby a card. All right, let's take a look at the deck proper. So we have the deck box, first of all. I really like the deck boxes for these. They all look really good. All right, next up, we move inside and take a look at, so we've got the deck, the booster pack. We don't need to look at the insert, obviously. And let's see what the description of the deck is. Ajani calls on his many allies to help him in combat. Summon an army of small creatures and cover the battlefield early, holding off your opponent's attacks while you gain a knife. Hold off your opponent's attacks while you gain a knife. And it's like there's just a card in the deck called a knife. Hold off your opponent's attacks while you gain enough life to stay out of danger. With the help of Ajani, Wise Counselor, bolster your creature's strength both individually and collectively. When your forces grow powerful enough, overwhelm your opponents with a few massive attacks. Alright, pretty straightforward. Move the booster pack aside and we'll look at that last. Okay, so the card on top we'll be starting out with is Ajani's Influence. So we're actually going to be looking at a card straight off that is not in the main set. This is one of the Planeswalker deck cards, and these are the most exciting cards from these unboxings, obviously, because the rest of it you can see on regular boosters. So, we're starting out here. Let's move it on up. Moving on up. This is a nice playmat that Rogue Deck Builder sent out because he's a baller. All right, Ajani's Influence is 2 blue. 2 blue. Wow. Need more sleep. 2 white, 2 colorless sorcery. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a white card from among them and put it into your hand. Man, these look at the top 5 and grab a card of that color are great. This is fantastic. I really like the concept behind these cards. I mean, the 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature is kind of rough. This feels like maybe it should cost 1 less mana, but overall, not too shabby. So we get only 1 copy of that. For some reason, I would have expected 2. Mentor the Meek, which is just in the standard set. Ah, there's this. That's why I was confused. So there are 2 Ajani's Influences. Okay, now we've got another card that is only specific to these decks and is not available in booster packs of 2019, and that's Sarah's Guardian, and that's 2 white, 4 colors for a 5/5 flyer with vigilance that gives other creatures you control vigilance as well. So I like these concepts. This transmits the concept that vigilance is a very white ability, the same way that green gets transmitted that it owns trample through that mammoth. All right, now this should all just be regular planes, after which we'll get into the rest of the deck. And if this follows the pattern of the previous decks, we will see the specific cards to the Planeswalkers decks right at the very, very bottom there. Alright, so Ajani's Pridemate, that's an incredibly fitting card for this. This has been reprinted a ton of times. How many do you get? 2. Alright, fair enough. I mean, literally it goes great with his +1 ability, so I like that. Cavalry Drill Masters, these are also in the base set, nothing special here. You get 2 copies of those. Dwarven Priest, I don't know, he feels overcosted, this guy. Anyways, you get how many copies of Dwarven Priest here? You get 2 copies of Dwarven Priest. Then we've got Herald of Faith. Again, all these things that we're going through, I will point out if anything is specific to this deck, but everything that we're going to go through here is mostly just stuff you can get in booster packs. So, Herald of Faith, there are 2 copies of. Inspired Charge, there is 1 copy of. Knight's Pledge, we got 1 of those. Luminous Bonds, this artwork is amazing, man. This is a great way to trap a vampire. I like that. There are 2 copies of that. Mighty Leap with the artwork from Am and Cat, which is pretty intense. Only 1 of those. Militia Bugler. I'm a bugle boy, bugling it up all day long. A root toot tootly doo. All right, so how many of those do you get? We get 1, 2 of those. Then we get Oreskos Swift Claws. How many? 1, 2. Pegasus Coursers. All right, this is all just regular. Get them out of the booster pack, standard fare. Revitalize. 1 copy. Rustwing Falcon. We get 1, 2, 3 copies of Rustwing Falcon. Weird. Alright. And that's not too bad, though. 1 mana for a 1/2 flyer. Not too shabby. Meteor Golem, it's been in every deck so far. Alright, so now we're going to move into the Planeswalker specific cards here that are specific to the Ajani deck. So, 1 white gets you a 1/1 lifelink for Court Cleric, and it gets +1/+1 as you control an Ajani. Oh, not too bad. 1 mana for a 2/2 lifelink. That's actually pretty solid. Alright. And what else do we get? We get 3 copies of the Cleric, and we get 4 Silverbeak Griffins. Oh, that's cool, man. I used to play a Griffin deck back in the days of Mirage. So it's cool to see new Griffins come out that are actually playable. This is 2 white for a 2/2 flyer. Oh, wow. Wow, this is just straight up a Grizzly Bear flying. I don't know if this is strong enough to make it into standard, but this one he might have what it takes. I mean, oh, he's so powerful, he's making me wobble the camera. But I mean, 2 mana for a 2/2 flyer. That's really solid. Pretty cool. Alright, so that covers the deck. And that just leaves one thing, my friends. What is in the booster pack? What is inside of there? So let's just put this away here. Boom. I'll put that up there, and we will see what's in the pack. Come on, let's get something exciting. Let's get something big and juicy, because the other packs haven't really blown my mind. They've been acceptable, but nothing exciting. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We've got... Okay, so we're starting out with Uncomfortable Chill. Oh, wow, what? Look at that one goblin's face. That's pretty nutty, man. That's cool. Alright. Catalyst Elemental. Rustwing Falcon. Got a playset now. Infernal Scarring. Plummet. Root Snare. Abnormal Endurance. Boggart Brute. Invoke the Divine. Pegasus Courser. Skilled Animator. Oh, look at that. You're going to get messed up by a bookcase. Inferno Hellion. And another Meteor Golem. Seeing these guys left, right, and center. It is actually a pretty cool card. I will put one into the King Cube. Alright, so what's under Mr. Meteor Golem? What's it going to be? Desecrated Tomb. What's this one again? 3 Cast and Cost artifact. Whenever 1 or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a 1/1 black bat creature token flying. Whenever 1 or more creature cards leave your graveyard. Well, now, I feel like I haven't even seen this before. What? This, flavor-wise, is very interesting. Alright. So, it doesn't give you one for each creature that leaves, just for it happening as an event. Alright. Very cool. I like the artwork, too. Very flavorful. Alright, and then we've got Cinder Barons and a Thopter token. Again, the fact that they include occasional dual lands like this instead of basic lands in packs, I think that's a smart move on their part. It's a good way to get these lands out there as well without taking up a regular common slot. And so it increases the supply of these lands while decreasing slightly the amount of basic lands, and everybody knows we have an abundance of those. So, that's not too shabby. And then a Kaladesh Thopter token. So that rounds out this deck. We got 2 left to go. Are we going to get anything more exciting in the booster packs? What are the decks like? Let's find out. We'll find out later on today. Thanks for coming by, my friends. Let me know what you thought.
Together, we are the 6th color of magic.
cardboard.